play the Seahawks, the Niners. Those are the last 2 games.
Well, Niners should be. I would imagine is a win. Seahawks is going to be tough though, but it's at home, so that should be decent. And is Drew Stanton ruled out? I don't think we know that yet.
No, it's questionable.
Yeah, he has a right knee injury. He's currently he's going to be getting an MRI. But nonetheless, even line. I was the only one who got it right here. Cardinals ended up beating the Chiefs 17-14. And then the final game, we picked Seahawks +1 at Eagles. This was basically just pick 'em. This was in Philadelphia, but the Seahawks pulled it out 24-14. We all got that right. So just to update you on the season standings, we have CB coming in third and last, 36 and 39. And then Snowballs, he's making a push, 39 and 36. And well, I'm on top as usual, 46-29. So Snowball, you think you're gonna make a comeback in these last?
I gotta make some moves.
Yeah, but it's gonna be tough. We are in week 15, right?
Yep.
Yeah, week 15 of the NFL season. It's sad. It's sad that it's coming to a close. But all good things must come to an end. So, first game this week, Jaguars +14 at the Ravens, 1 o'clock. Now,
Going Ravens because I need to go against you. I just realized.
Yeah. Snowball legitimately just changed his pick from Jaguars to Ravens. You are picking the Ravens -14.
I get that. I mean, it's
Can you justify that other than to
because
go against me?
I'm 7 games back from you. This is a strategic decision. This isn't a football decision.
Can you at least attempt to justify this?
All right, Joe Flacco. We've seen some real amazing stuff from him. He could potentially throw 4 or 5 touchdowns this game. Just saying.
4 or 5 touchdowns?
Yes.
Are you serious? Joe
Forsett,
Flacco.
excuse me. Forsett could have a pretty good game too. I know the D line of the Jags is actually not that bad. Believe me, I know. But I would have to go against you, so I'm going Ravens.
All right. Well, I might be pushing my luck here, but I'm going to say it anyway. I see the Jaguars beat the Ravens in Baltimore, 14-point spread, without Denard Robinson. I believe Toby Gerhart is starting. Toby Gerhart's going to have a good game. Blake Bortles is going to have a better
Gerhart's
game.
going to have a good game. Last time someone said that, he was in Stanford.
No, he was pretty decent in Minnesota.
No, he was not. I know a lot of people say that.
Trust me, I had him in fantasy for a good 2 or 3 years.
Not good. His career high in rushing yards is 200. Do you remember when he signed here? People were like, "Oh."
Did you say his career high in rushing yards is 200?
He barely touches the field now.
All right, because they had Denard Robinson.
Now Denard's out for the year. That's why he's stepping on the field.
All right.
I saw him play against the Giants. He had 2 attempts.
Okay, and who won that game?
It's not important.
No,
The point is,
answer the question.
Toby Gerhart is not a good running back.
All right. I didn't say he was good. I said he's going to have a good game, and the Jaguars are going to win this outright. Not only covering 14 points, but they're going to win. So, there's your bold prediction for the week. Now, Bengals at Browns. Now, you said this earlier. The Bengals are going to destroy Johnny Manziel, Reggie Nelson, Robert Gethers, Terrence Newman.
Lante has been hurt. Geno Atkins. Carlos Dunlap. Ray Maluga, Vincente Ray. Pecco.
Domata Pecco.
So we're just going off all Bengals players. Man, we watched too much Hard Knocks. All right.
I've never watched Hard Knocks. I've always boycotted that show.
Okay. All right.
All right, but I'm picking the Browns. I think Johnny's going to have a decent game. But now that they don't have Billy Cundiff to lose them games, and Crowell's doing pretty good, West is doing pretty good too. I think the Browns pull this off because I think the Browns should have beat the Colts last week, and they're going to beat the Bengals.
I think they're taking a step back.
You can feel free to tell me I'm wrong.
They're taking a step back, putting in Johnny Manziel. I really don't think Johnny Football is going to do as well. I think he's going to, I think this is going to happen. He's going to be 20 for 35 or something like that. But only 220 passing yards.
Only 220?
2 picks, something like that. It's not going to be that great.
Well, according to Johnny Manziel, Brian Hoyer did overthrow Josh Gordon last week. According to Johnny Manziel, he would have bleeping hit him. So I'm predicting that's going to happen. Josh Gordon's going to go deep. Johnny Manziel is going to bleeping hit him. And the Browns beat the Bengals, further helping the Steelers secure the division spot.
Say what you want, but it's going to be a very disappointing start for Johnny Football.
I don't really care about Johnny Manziel. I just want the Browns to win and help out the Steelers a little bit. But I still think they're going to win, regardless of my homerness. So now we have Broncos at Chargers. Broncos -5 at Chargers. That's at 4 o'clock. Now this, you're agreeing with me here.
Yeah,
surprisingly.
I think Chargers are choking. They really kind of been disappointing because this was a team, Philip Rivers, especially in the beginning of the year. Okay, we thought, Philip Rivers. We saw his first few games. We people thought this guy could actually be the MVP of the league, and really since when he played the Jags, I think, he's looked disappointing because we saw him beat the Seahawks, right? And he's just been disappointing. He did terrible against the Ravens, and I understand he might have a rib injury, but he's just been bad, and it's just really disappointing. And I hope. I wouldn't say I hope, but I just don't see him handling the pressure of the Broncos. We see what Payton does, and Payton, I think, is going to tear apart the Chargers defense. I just don't think the Chargers can handle the pressure. This happens all the time with the Chargers. They go in, last year was a little bit different. I mean, they barely squeaked in, but we always see them, looking great in the beginning of the year, but then it's always tight. They always either barely make it or just blow it and miss the playoffs. That seems to happen all the time. I see the Broncos winning.
So you could say the Chargers are the Mets of the NFL, only they sometimes win.
No comment.
That was a good shot to take. Okay.
No comment.
I say the Broncos win this, obviously. And apparently, throughout this season, have you ever picked against the Broncos this entire season?
I don't see why not. Why would you?
Well, they are your Super Bowl pick. I'm just saying, against the spread, you've never picked against them.
I don't think so, yeah.
And
it's a good team. You can't say, I'm not like, it's not like I'm picking the Jags like every week. I mean, this is a good team.
I pick the Jags almost every week, to be honest. All right, so Monday night, I'm getting ahead of myself already. All right, tomorrow night, 8:30, we have the Eagles, -3.5 at home versus the Cowboys. Now, you are the NFC East expert here, so I'm going to let you start this one off. Who's going to win?
Did you see what the Eagles did to the Cowboys on Thanksgiving? They manhandled them. Romo, bad. Eagles look great. Sanchez actually looked good, efficient in the offense. I really think that it's going to be a blowout. I can see this being a 20-point win for the Eagles. They're looking great, just overall. And the Cowboys, they're doing good too, don't get me wrong, but we don't know what exactly. And also the Eagles are 6-1 at home this year. And I know the Cowboys are road warriors, and I think are they undefeated on the road?
They are undefeated on the road.
All right, so I think this is their first loss, in Lincoln Financial. I understand they lost to Seattle. Seattle's a great team, but they killed Dallas 33-10.
I wouldn't say the Seahawks are a great team. I think they're a good team.
They're a team.
This year, they've been a good team.
Okay, but I think they're going to handle Dallas pretty well.
All right. Well, you have to keep in mind Mark Sanchez is starting. I'll give you the Thanksgiving win. Good game by the Eagles. But the Cowboys are on a roll. They're overcoming. The month of December has no power over Tony Romo this year. It's not happening. They got the month.
Sure, because it seems to always happen.
The month of December got its shot at Tony Romo in November. That was Thanksgiving. Tony Romo has put that behind him now. He's going to have a great game because throughout the game he's going to be handing the ball to DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray is going to go off on this Philadelphia defense. I give the Eagles probably one defensive or special teams touchdown the entire game. I think that's fair. They're a very good team. But the Cowboys, I feel, are a little bit better, especially on the road where they do so well. I think they just hate playing in Jerry World, to be honest. So we'll see how that turns out. CB is actually picking the Eagles, so he's agreeing with you. Now, Final game, Monday night, 8:30. We have the Saints -3 in Chicago to play the Bears. So myself and CB are going Saints here. Is this purely strategic here, or can you justify picking Jay Cutler and the Bears? Honestly,
I mean the Saints are pretty hot right now. Drew Brees is looking like the Drew Brees we all thought he was going to be this year. The Bears are just been really disappointing. And I just got informed that Mariota has won the Heisman.
Oh, really? You got the notification?
Yeah. Well, actually, my brother texted me.
Oh, okay.
Said Mariota won. But that's close enough, right? So,
yeah.
We were right. What a surprise. Mariota. Okay. Back to picking. Yeah, it's really strategic. I'm just kind of doing a Hail Mary.
Honestly, I don't think the Saints are going to do well this game. Drew Brees is playing.
I mean, they're different on the road. Yes, they are a different team, but.
Well, they've been terrible at home this year. The Saints. They've been terrible everywhere. What are they? 5-8? 5 and.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the Saints have been terrible. They beat the Steelers. Did they win last week? I think they won last week as well. The Saints have been decent as of late, but they're a bad team, especially playing outdoors in Chicago at Soldier Field. It's going to be a bad game, but I'm picking the Saints to win because there's just too much dysfunction in the Bears. The Bears organization as a whole. Trestman's going to be gone this year. I can guarantee you that. Jay Cutler, he's a good player, but he can't lead this team, and that's a huge problem. Their kicker is the voice of their locker room. Robbie Gould is the leader of that team, and he's not doing a pretty good. He's not doing a good job. Forte he's going to do his thing no matter what, but it's not going to be enough without the help of everyone else. I think Brandon Marshall's out for the season as well, so that's a huge hit. Just too much dysfunction on the part of the Bears to overcome the Saints. So I have to go Saints no matter. This is going to be a terrible game. I will not watch it. I'm going to just sit there and do homework instead on a Monday night. It's better than watching the Saints play the Bears this year. Sorry, but Snowball, I hope all these gambles do not pay off for you. You're picking against me. You're picking against me in 4 of 5. You are going against your better judgment in 2 of them, 3 of them, but and you're still 7 games back. So even if you go 5-0 this week, you will still be 3 games back of me. So we'll see how that turns out for you. Now, before we get on to college football, there's some special attention needs to be drawn to our fantasy league. It is the first week of the final. Our league is set up where it's 2 weeks for the semifinal and 2 weeks for the final. Now, I was playing Jake Liker, as you all know, and the Bay Area Bros were victorious in that game. It was a great team effort overall. And we were the 3 seed going up against the 2 seed California Faithful, owned by Jake Liker. And the final score was 228 to 189. Now, CB was the number 1 seed, and he was going up against Keith Olbermann, a.k.a. Noah Taborda. And the upset was completed, 254 to 229. Noah ended up beating CB. So now I have a pretty good opponent for the final game. This is only week 1 of the matchup, but we will see. Now Noah is starting Joe Flacco, Matt Forte, Le'Veon Bell, which is tough for me. I'm going to have to root against Le'Veon. So now he's also starting AJ Green, Randall Cobb, Travis Kelce, Golden Tate, the Giants defense, and Steven Hauschka of the Seahawks. Now, myself, I am starting Ben Roethlisberger, Jamal Charles, Trey Mason, who only got me 1 point on Thursday, which is a joke, Antonio Brown, Martavis Bryant. I'm a huge homer.
Yes, you are.
I really am. Kobe Fleener, Justin Forsett, the Jets defense. They're going up against the Titans. That's the only justification I have. And, yeah. I just didn't feel comfortable going with the Bills defense against the Broncos. And then I have Matt Prater as my kicker. So it's going to be close. depending on how